Hi, story time. So I was on the ladder in my new place of employment with a cleaner in one hand and a rag in the other, proceeding to deep clean an area of a to-go deli. I looked down the ladder and I saw my other employees, my wait staff, there kind of looking up at me. And one of the fellows came over and said, like, "Oh, that smells really good. What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I just thought I would clean this up a little bit here in between the dining room being open. And if you'd like to help, you're welcome to help." So a couple of them put down their cell phones and decided to come and join in. And what made them join? Well, it was the smell of my thieves cleaner. And as they were using it, they said, "Well, we don't ever like to clean with that other stuff because it stinks and smells bad." So that was an aha moment for me to realize the power of smell and participating in what would be maybe a drudgery chore versus having some fun and enjoying the fragrance that was in the atmosphere from the essential oils. So why did I tell you that story? And why did I start the story where I did? Why did I not start saying like, "Hi, my name is Karen and I'm going to talk to you today about this"? That's kind of boring. We've only got 2 or 3 seconds that we can engage our audience to stop the scrolling. So make it something catchy. Make it something that they want to stop and listen to. So they do this in the movies, like they'll start a story in the beginning of a movie, flash to a current scene, and then they'll go back and give you the history of it. Kind of like I'm going to do now. Sort of like, well, why was I on that ladder doing the cleaning as a food service director that the team members should have been doing? Well, remember, it's because of my mother. She always said, well, when you start out fresh someplace, be sure that your environment is fresh. Whenever you leave someplace, for example, move out of a house, be sure that you clean it all up. So, in other words, create the space for yourself wherever you go. So that's part of me weaving in some emotional part of my story, connected obviously to my mother. And then I also snuck in there my position that I was the food service director there. So that's a way in your stories you can insert, let's say, credibility or some things you've done. You might say like, well, as a book writer, I did this. Or when I wrote my book. Or when I was on the TV program featuring sit and do yoga in a chair, I did this. So it is a way of drawing the audience in, and it's a way of emotionally connecting to your people. So what is it that you want to connect to your audience or your tribe or your people who are watching your videos, Instagram messages, whatever social media you're doing? What is it that you have to share with them that you want to use that platform to share? What do your friends say about you? What's 3 things? Do they say, oh, she's fun, she's lively, or she's hilarious, or she's very serious, or she always has something interesting to say? What do people say about you? And maybe the 3 things that people most commonly say about you are your top talents, and maybe that is what you can be thinking about sharing with others. So it seems like all of us on this planet want to say, well, I just want to help other people. Well, what do you want to help them with? So knowing what your strong points are is the way that you can help them. And let's just say that you're a new mother. So maybe you want to help people, other new mothers, get a good night's sleep, or a trick on how to, turn their outfits inside out when you're putting them on, or hold them snug so you can change their diaper. Who knows, whatever you figured out, but that you want to share it with them. You want to tell other people about it. So approximately 80% of your talk, your posts that you make, can be about generalized information about what you want to share. And about 20% can be about what's helping you to share that. So that would be like a business kind of post. And so the way that a story goes is not basically a straight line. It's more hills and valleys. So we're going to use some kind of a hook to get them in. Now, the hook that I used in my story was, I kind of started with me up on a ladder. And then I filled in around that. Another way could be, don't believe what you've learned about blank, whatever, fill in the blank, right? Or something that, I was this old until I knew this, or my mama never taught me, or whatever it is that you feel resonates with you. Because the important part of the storytelling is, drum roll here, it's got to be you. It can't be like somebody else. It can't be, oh, she did that video, I really like that, or she did that post, that's so great, I think I'm going to make one like that. No, it has to be authentically from you. The more you it can be, the more your audience will connect with you emotionally, because you're speaking from your heart, not necessarily your rational head. And you have the power in speaking your truth, what you want to genuinely help people with, or whatever it is that you're trying to get across. They can see that it's coming from your heart. And stories are built into our DNA. From ancestors sitting around the fire telling stories, from generations who passed down verbally the stories. This is also important. All the stories that we have, connecting us to our past, to our ancestors, who helped thread it forward to the future generations. Maybe you know how to clean house and you can address people that never learned how to clean house. Maybe you know how to cook and you can help other people cook, and then weave in possibly essential oils. There's so many different ways that you can incorporate your past stories or your current stories and make them relevant to many people who are watching. And did you ever notice, like on, let's say, a television show, like, I don't know if you watch like The Voice or American Idol or anything like that, they'll have the person sing, and then they'll give you a little history, a little visit to their hometown, a little bit of background about them. And in doing so, it makes them more relatable. Like, oh, wow, like that person had really hard upbringing. Oh, they overcame this, that, and the other thing, where, they've taken their traumas and turned them into their lessons, or they've taken all of what they've gone through, their experience, and they're going to teach you how to move through a similar situation like that faster. Or they're going to give you hope that they've made it, so can you. Whatever is the feeling that you want people to get, as if you were sitting around the fire side having a chat with your best friend, what would you tell them that you wanted to encourage them or help them, or help them maybe overcome something? It's like Dylan saying, we all have to serve somebody. And so we, as a group of humans, are all, efforting to do this in a way that is meaningful. And what that means is, make it meaningful that you care about the person's problem that you're talking to, as it relates to something similar that you've gone through. So let's say it's losing weight. let's say like, well, I tried this, that, and the other thing, and then this worked for me. Well, not just what works, but about the struggle, about feeling down about yourself, about feeling like, things are impossible and you cannot do it, and then somehow you overcame it. Because part of the wave of the storytelling is, once you've got your hook and once you've sort of highlighted and got their emotions, engaged about what you're telling them, that was your high, but then you can go to your low, and then you can go and what brought you through it. What was your aha moment? What was it when the light bulb came on? Like, I remember taking a yoga class in 2019 with Ed Daly and Tamara Packer and Pamela Hunter. I'm not sure now if Pamela Hunter was there. Yes, I think she was, in Seattle, in North Seattle. And I went there because I'm a longtime yoga student and teacher, and I was like thinking, oh wow, it's local, it's only 40 minutes away, I can go there, and I was so excited. And the thing that got me most excited when the moment came in my head, when the light bulb flashed on, that putting oils and yoga together could be a game changer for me, which led me to take Tracy Griffith's class to become certified in aroma yoga. So all of that story just kind of weaves. We all have our moments that we catch on, that we feel light inside of us go off. And I think that is an important part to recognize, that we want to speak from that spark, that we want to engage people on their journey so they can come along on ours and join forces and have such a wonderful time discovering, new things together in life. Like, that is really a key thing. So I talked a little bit about the mama. And then in there's another, maybe you're not a mama, maybe you're not going through that phase now. Maybe your kids have left the nest, the empty nesters, where you're faced with kind of an identity crisis. Or maybe that same crisis can come when you first retired and you go like, oh, wow, I've waited all this time and now here it is. And then all the emotions that you go through, that's what to speak about. All the highs and the lows, the hills and the valleys. So ways that help other people relate to you. And that relatability, that trust, that likability all comes from you being you. So if you are like I myself am at the retired stage, like, where I just have to basically reinvent myself and have gone through a lot, like maybe over 4,000 hours so far put into just re-engineering myself, or getting my neuroplasticity working, paving new roads in my brain, doing new things, yet while bringing all of my favorite things from the past, whether it's good food, proper exercise, proper sleep habits, proper socialization, all of those things that help my self-care in developing who I can be and who I am. And I'm thrilled that so many of us in this Young Living family are doing this together. We're all, doing the journey of self-improvement and ways to negotiate the twists and turns in life and just be as available and present for ourselves and for our family and friends and for the new people that we bring on. It's really rewarding at the end of the day to think that you might have helped another person move forward a step, because we are all just building these little stepping stones and placing one in front of the other And sometimes the stone goes down while the foot's in mid-air, but hopefully we can land and make a success of it. And that's really my hope and prayer for all of us, is to be able to do that. So now I'm encouraging you on your journey here to see if you can, think about your story in a way that really shares something that is so close to your heart. The worst mistake can be to not be authentic, and the best is to be yourself, because really everybody else is already taken. So you can't really be somebody other than yourself. So that's my biggest message of the day, is just to be yourself and go forth and maybe get some of the fear of not believing and trusting in yourself out of the way, and just, push forward. So if anyone would like help about going live or doing a reel or whatever, I'd be happy to help out. Now, today, I was supposed to do this at 10 o'clock. It is this morning. It is now 1:38 p.m. And finally, I was able, with the help of some other members within this group, to be able to post. And it's been a long day of trying, but I didn't give up. I kept trying. I walked away. I put my face to the sun. I tried different things. I just said, okay, open up the prefrontal cortex, let the solution arrive. Like, somehow it's got to happen. I haven't really stopped trying since 10 this morning. So I have the luxury of being able to do that. But after this, I think I'm going to celebrate and go outside in the garden or something fun, have an extra Ningxia, because I am on the reset right now. And hopefully you've gotten some information out of this that's valuable to you, and that you'll be able to utilize. And if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. I see that Tiffany is watching and Sally is watching, so thank you so much. And just lean fully into yourself and be authentic, and tell the emotional story of your journey, because we are all yearning for that connection to one another. And nowadays it happens a lot online. So thank you for watching, and keep in touch. Okay, I'll be watching you too. Okay, bye now. Thank you.